warm welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Do not forget to subscribe. So we're on heat 4, the final heat before we go into our grand final of Quick Detailers 2025. Let's walk through the products and give you the price ranking in reverse order. The most expensive product in this test in any heat is the Kamikaze Quick Detailer, or 9 Quick. This product costs around £60 for 250ml, which translates to a per litre cost of £240. Never seen any product in that magnitude of price point before. A huge step down in price, the Chemical Guys Hybrid V7 Spray, £23.95 for 473ml. Still pretty pricey, but a massive jump down. After that, Zaino Z8 Spray Seal, but more like a glossing agent, if you like, that claims ultra slickness and all sorts of things as well. So the Zaino product costs £22.95 for 473ml, which is £48.52 per litre. I'll give you all this data at the end. Next up, we have the Feynlab Hybrid Ceramic Detailer costing £18.95 for 500ml, which gives you a price of around £37.90. A rough average for a price per litre would be around £24 going by other tests. The average is skewed in this all the way up to an average price of £57 because of that Feynlab price point. Next, after that, we have the American Phoenix SO2 Hybrid Detailer costing £16 for 473ml, which translates to £33.82 per litre. Now we're up onto the podium where the products are offering you a little bit more value for money. And we have the Sonax XTREME Ultra Slick Detailer costing £17.95 for 750ml, so you get more of it, giving a cost per litre of £23.95, which is probably a little bit below the market average, and it is ceramic as well, you know, ceramic detailer, which can cost a bit more. In second place though, and I think offering you a really good benchmark of what you should be paying for this type of product, £10 for 500ml, £20 per litre of the Stjarnagloss Silke High Gloss Detailing Spray. Then our winner on the podium, the only product that's not available in a retail size offering, so it gets a big advantage, but so we have to caveat that. But the more professional line, if you like, Autosmart Rapid Glaze Plus, which I paid £38 for 5 litres, or that's what you can pay, which gives you a cost per litre of around £7.60. Phenomenal value. So there, if you're into not paying lots of money, these three are perhaps the ones that you'll consider, but that one by far and away the best value proposition. Yes, like we said, it's slightly unfair because of the bulk nature of it, but we've caveated it. And there is all our price data there and price ranking and whether or not they're ceramic based products, so you can pause there and have a look at that data. That's test 1 done. Okay guys, from least slick to most slick onto the tilt table testing, the Autosmart Rapid Ceramic Glaze. Reasonably surprised, it feels pretty good and slick, but not as good as the top runners. This one feels virtually similar to these, both feel okay. These two, the Zaino and the Kamikaze, feel the least slickest to me, so I'm slightly surprised, but it can be so close and what you can feel doesn't quite match what happens on the tilt table, so we'll go with it. Again, Chemical Guys, yeah, decent showing, yeah. Perhaps a tiny bit better than these two. Next up, yeah, these three are all, they feel really slidey. I mean, this one's called Silk. It feels great under the fingertips. Same with Titan and same with Feynlab, but Feynlab was consistently the first one to slide down. So there's our order on slickness, and we'll put the rankings in, yeah. But those three products, yeah, if you're interested in a slick quick detailer, these are the three to consider. Next up, gloss testing, guys. So we've got this painted and clear coated test panel that we cut back with a cutting compound and a wool pad to give us a glossy but not flawless kind of finish. We then take 3 pre-reading averages on each panel of gloss and haze. We then apply the products, give them over 24 hours to cure, and take our readings again 3 reading averages, and then we work out the deltas of increased gloss and reduced haze. And here's our kind of data here, and I'll go through that ranking. So the product that produced the least amount of gloss and decreased the haze the least was the Stjarnagloss Silke, with an overall increment still of 0.6. After that, we have the Kamikaze Hybrid V7 with a not so much of a gloss increase, but a good improvement on haze, giving us a delta of 1.5. Then after that, that's a product that makes a lot of optical claims though, so it'd be nice to see it go higher. Kamikaze Collection 1.6 gloss increment, 0.4 gloss haze decrement, so that's an overall delta of 1.6. Then we move up to a tie here, so both of these, if you like, they're kind of in fourth place. The Autosmart Rapid Glaze and the Feynlab Ceramic Detailer. So there you can see +8 and a reduction of 0.9, giving an overall delta of 1.7. And then there's the Feynlab data the other way around, pretty close. Then there's a little bit of a jump up on our podium for glossy products, in third place, with the gloss increment not great, but the haze increment fantastic, so it may well have a good filling effect, is the Sonax Ultra Shine, Ultra Slick Ceramic Detail, you know what it is. Then in second place, with 2.8, hang in there John, is the Phoenix with a good increment of gloss, 1.6, and a good haze reduction. Good showing. That's a former winner of a group test, that is. So it's showing itself to be a good product optically as well. But on the podium, with the clear amount chunk ahead in gloss, a good little performance hike that is, and a good reduction in haze with an overall delta of 3.5, is the Grand Finale spray. So it's quite an expensive product. It makes lots of claims about its optical qualities as well. Dramatically increases gloss, depth and shine. Well, that's why I like when we do these tests and I see the product claims. In this gloss test, then yes, it has excelled in the field. So there we go. There's our rating. If you're interested in really high gloss and low haze reduction products, then these three are for you. Yes, they're all quite close and more testing could always be done to really tighten up this data. It's really only a sort of limited snapshot. That's our gloss testing results. I'll go outside and show you the panels out in the light so we can see if any of them, you know, what they look like. So guys, I just want to look what our eyeballs see, or what you're seeing through the cameras. There's only two products there which aren't quite as dark for me, and that is the Kamikaze. Doesn't have that darkening effect. Well, it does, but not quite as prolific as some of the others, but there's not much in it. And perhaps the Zaino isn't quite as dark and crisp as some of the others. For my eyes, the Stjarnagloss, the Feynlab, the Phoenix, and hopefully you can see this, that's pretty good, but the Autosmart as well, really dark and crisp, but very close with these that I don't think, from how they look to your eyeballs, you would necessarily differentiate these products. But the eyeball test tells me perhaps the Stjarnagloss and the Feynlab have definitely given us that crisp black finish the best. Closely followed, I think, perhaps by these two. But yeah, no turkeys. Some of them don't darken the panel at all, and they don't really do anything that our eyeballs can see. All of these are actually reasonable. So there you go. That's just an informal kind of look at the quality of that finish. Next up, water repellency, hydrophobicity, beadage, all that sort of stuff. So in least water repellent, more of a sheeter through to most, the Zaino Z8 Grand Finale, very neutral, slower sheeting action on the product. So if you're more of a sheeter than a beader, I said sheeter, then you'll like that, but so you can reverse all the points. Next up, Kamikaze, a little bit of hydrophobicity, but nothing to write home about. And yeah, indeed, this product's not known for being especially hydrophobic. And to be fair, it doesn't really claim it. After that, the Stjarnagloss Silke, again, doesn't really claim much in the way of hydrophobics. It does have a little bit more than these two products, but you wouldn't buy this product, in my opinion, if you're looking for the best beading type products on the market. From here on in, we get a little bit more of a good level of hydrophobicity, to the point where I'd say that the Phoenix Titan is a good booster to beads, but as a standalone hydrophobic kind of product is outperformed. There's ones on the market that just give you stonking beads on their own. We've got a few in here. Next up, the Kamikaze number 9. Interesting this. The initial beading performance was okay, above average. It got better after the panel was washed. Everything was given at least 24 hours cure, perhaps even longer, but after the wash, the hydrophobicity increased. So maybe there's some weird materials in this that when they wash away, they actually reveal whatever it's doing. But anyway, in the podium in third place, a product with reasonable standalone hydrophobicity on its own. Not market leading, I'd describe it as a 7 out of 10. After that, with good hydrophobic performance, enough where you could use this as a standalone product and be impressed with the level of repellency, but not quite market leading, not the big juicy zingers. The big juicy zingers are coming from the Sonax XTREME Ceramic Ultra Slick Detailer. Very hydrophobic this on application and given 24 hours cure. Some say you perhaps leave it even longer to get that full cure, but I'm not sure. But either way, the beadage on this is very good, and I'm interested to see how this shapes up if it goes through to the final with the other big hitters on hydrophobicity, because that's tends to be what the bigger brands get right. They put that in there now on these modern products, and they really do kind of nail it. So there you go. If you're interested in hydrophobicity, I think it's fair to say in ascending order, it'd be those 3 products that you would look at, with the caveat that some of them are good for boosting hydrophobicity in descending order. There we go, Doug. Next up, our durability assessment, guys, by seeing which ones kind of stay on the panel the longest after being washed repeatedly with kind of pH neutral shampoo. It's a representation, but it's probably reasonably accurate. It didn't scale exactly with hydrophobic performance, but there is some correlation. The least durable protective product here, in my opinion, is the Zaino Z8 Grand Finale, followed by the Chemical Guys Hybrid V7, followed by the Stjarnagloss Silke, followed by the Phoenix Titan. Getting to this stage, there's a bit of durability and resistance here, but nothing market leading. A little bit of a jump up. The Rapid Glaze are reasonably weatherproof, as it describes quite resistant material that has a good level of durability you'd expect. Not quite at spray sealant level, but beyond what most detailers will do and what you'd perhaps expect from a ceramic detailer. These 3, I think, get to levels of providing relatively strong protection for this genre of product. The Feynlab hybrid ceramic detailer clings onto the panel well and seems to resist being eroded away by washing pretty good. Next up, the Kamikaze number 7. This jumped a few places from its hydrophobic ranking because whatever material is on there seems quite durable and quite wash resistant. So that's a good strength for that product. But the product that was clearly kind of zinging away the most on the panel compared to all of the rest of them was the Sonax XTREME. Yeah, so there's our rough sort of ratings on durability, but real life durability can vary a little bit. When products are first laid out and fully cured, they can resist that washing cycle and perhaps deteriorate in a different way that wouldn't be the same if they were just applied to a car panel, where usage and being outside and driving the car and all that sort of stuff, you know, can affect and alter the results slightly, but a reasonably accurate representation on durability. Next up, guys, I'm going to mark all these products out of 10 on user experience. The quality of the triggers, the bottle, the package, the instructions, how well they define what a detailer spray is, how well they tell me what I can use this on, the versatility, and do I encounter any layman's problems when I lay these chemicals out. This is very open and you know, you might disagree with all of these points. I'll just crack through and make them and tell me in the comments if you think I got it wrong. So this particular product, I feel the branding on it is a little bit old-fashioned for me, even though the trigger quality is good, the bottle is fine. I really, I do look out for typos, and in the first or the second line, you're holding the most advanced detail spay. Sure, typos are annoying, you know, and all brands have them, but this product's been around for like 20, 30 years. That just blows my mind that typo hasn't been fixed by now, and that shouldn't really be like that. That hasn't really cost it that much. One of the problems with this is that it's not a versatile kind of quick detailer, and it doesn't really give you any information or guidelines on whether you can use it on glass. You've got to assume you can't. Plastics, interior. Doesn't mention if you can use it wet. So it's really like a glossing agent. But I also feel that it doesn't live up to its long-lasting shine, gloss and protection. It does live up to very good gloss qualities. So overall, above average, 6 out of 10. I've given you my reasons. Next up, the Kamikaze number 9. Again, 6 out of 10. For me, I love it when they use these aerosol type trigger bottles. They are high quality, they are expensive. I also love the fact this has some additional functions some of the other ones don't have. It's an acidic product that you can use to remove light water spots. It's all high tech using boron something or other. Well, it does tell you, boron nitride. You know, it's a high tech kind of product, and there is something unique about the chemical formulation of this. However, I don't like it when there's poor language in the labels. Acid pH 3.9 for remove fine water spot, for removal of fine water spots. Yeah, you know, there's no excuse to not proofread your labels and get someone, you know, that's, because it's a Japanese brand, that can happen, but there's no excuse to not get someone to proofread your labels. But silly things as well, for high-end detailer and enthusiast, great, so we can all buy this at home, you know, and professional detailers can use it as well. But then down here, professional detailer use only, which contradicts that, and if you follow that verbatim, then we shouldn't really necessarily be buying it if it's professional use only. So I think that's just a little bit clumsy. Overall, yeah, they could just improve the language on the label. And this product lacks versatility as well as a kind of detail spray. The main kind of reasons around that is that it doesn't tell you if you can use it wet. It doesn't tell you if you use it on interior or plastics or glass. It just doesn't go into any of that. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know if you agree or disagree. So I'm giving that a 6 out of 10. Reasonably nice chemical to work with. Next up, the Sonax Extreme Ceramic Detail. I'm giving this an overall user experience as well of 6 out of 10. It's the last one at 6. The trigger is good. It's a bit Star Trek Enterprise, but the product to me looks a bit Sillet Bang or a bit Mr. Muscly with that kind of branding, and that label is just a bit of a style of years gone by. I think you can make that a little bit more modern in my opinion. The chemical lays up nice, but again, Sonax neglect to tell me if I can use this wet. They neglect to tell me if I can use it on interiors. I'm less worried about the interior thing, but tell me if I can use it on plastics or glass, because I always have that question. And tell me if I can use it wet, because if it's not there, I have to assume it isn't. And that kind of can affect. I'd rather know that I can't rather than they just forget to tell me, if you get what I mean. So there we go. Turbocharged product though, and silky when you do lay it out. So that helped improve my overall experience of it. Speaking of silky, we move up to 7 out of 10. I think the branding from this is sharp and it's very good. It looks one of the best. I also, when I'm using this product, you notice the smoothness of the product, and that gives you a kind of, you know, detail sprays that are silky and slidey and all that. I think that's really desirable. I think they've missed a trick by not telling you really what a quick detailer is, and we've talked about this a lot. A preamble on what a quick detailer is, what you can use it for. They do tell me that I can use it on interior plastics, which is like the only one which I like to do. I like to use them for door cards and just tidying them up because you have them in your hand. Trim. I can't use it on glass, but I know the fact they've gone into those areas means that there's no ambiguity. I won't use it on anything other than paintwork, trim and interior plastics. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think they've missed a trick as well by not going into that detail and not talking about whether you can use it as a drying aid. I think is important. Tell me because if it doesn't, and I use this on a wet car as a review, I'm not following the instructions verbatim. Detailing brands will argue that you should know that and it's common sense or whatever, but a lot of the brands, especially the American ones, tend to tell you that. Now, I've also given this a 7 out of 10, which is a decent score. It's got a good trigger on it, the Stjarnagloss one as well. yeah, decent score with this. I just feel it's a bit more budget, the branding. I know every brand will be proud of their logo and stuff, but you can see what I'm seeing, and my eyes kind of don't ever lie with stuff like that. That's much better branding for me. This is slightly old-fashioned. So they could benefit from improving that. They may disagree. Leave it as is if you disagree. A very good product blurb on the benefits of a ceramic detailer, which include telling me what surfaces I can use it on, and indeed telling me that I can use it wet or dry with good instructions. So overall, yeah, really nice product to use, nice blueberry scent. They all smell pretty nice, these products. Just could benefit from really going balls out, if you pardon the pun, on the branding. Next up, I'm giving this an 8 out of 10, the Chemical Guys V7. Yes, good branding, all that sort of stuff. Perhaps a little bit overboard on the product claims and the hyperoonies and the hypage. It really repeats its hypage, but I don't mind a bit of that. Always, they're good at telling me what I can use it on: paint, glass, virtually any surface. I don't like it when they say virtually any surface. Tell me, can I use it on plastics? Well, I have to assume no, and no on interiors. The reason my user experience of this product is so high is when you apply it, it is really good. Some of them have films that disappear into the panel. This is so clear and translucent, this product, and it's really nice to work with. And I like it, and I'm not factoring in some of the things here that I don't like about this product that we'll talk about at the end. So I thought that was worthy of an 8. The triggers on it is good. I've done a separate review on that as well. It's kind of a dividing product, that. Some of you are going to love it, some of you are going to hate it. Next up, we go on to the Autosmart Rapid Glaze. I've given this a 9 out of 10 experience rating. Now, some of you might think this is a bit of a valeting brand. It's a bit budget and it's a bit basic. And the branding is. That's probably why I haven't given it a 10 out of 10, because it's a bit, you know, you don't feel like you're getting perhaps a premium product with respect here. But this company, the way they write their instructions and what you can use it on and what the product actually does, you know, chrome, trim, exterior glass, bodywork, wheels, cleaning action, removing lights. They tell you, because the professional detailers are looking at this and they want to know it. And funny enough, this brand you could say is more like a kind of valeting brand, but they've got more experience with kind of selling products to the professional, you know, detailer. They tend to get all of this right, and it answers everything you could ever need to know about this product. That their labels are always really top drawer, and a lot of these detailing brands, that detailing almost implies it has a level of expertise above valeting, but this company can write better labels than pretty much any detailing brand I've seen, so that shows in experience. The chemical itself as well is really nice and smooth to lay out. You know, it smells good. The overall user experience is good. Another negative is obviously it's bulk only, so you've got no trigger sprayer, so you've got to go commando and decant it and all that, which might stop it from getting the full marks in my book. Very personal though, because some people might say, no, this is the least desirable. Not for me. I've also given this product here, Feynlab, a 9 out of 10 on the user experience. And I was umming and ahhing about giving it a 10 out of 10 because it's one of the best. It's like one of the, first of all, the branding on it is sharp as a razor, really sexy, really desirable. Clear bullet points. It's a hybrid ceramic detailer with self-cleaning, hydrophobics, extended lifetime, so it's like giving me some protective qualities, and I've understood that in the blink of an eye from the front. The directions are really comprehensive, well written and quite specific, and go into all of the areas that I can use this product on. You can look for use as a drying aid as well, different instructions. Okay, wear gloves and all that, that's very professional. Storage instructions, first aid information, health and safety stuff. It looks sexy, the spray trigger's absolutely fine. Why isn't it a 10 out of 10? Because I was umming and ahhing. Yeah, I've got nowhere to go if I give it a 10. The label's not on quite straight, and I do feel that a unique bottle rather than these these square shouldered round cylinders are quite common, but I mean, I'm having to really think of things to criticize that on. Yeah, and the icing on the cake is the chemical as well is really nice, and it goes down nice, and we've already talked about its slickness. So my overall user experience is a 9 out of 10. That's probably the best one of the lot, I think, so far. So now we're going to go on to the final marks. That's a tough section to get through. So over to the final results and the rankings in reverse order. Picking up 26 points is the Zaino Z8. Why should you still consider this, guys? Because it was the best looking product with a significant increase in gloss over all of the others, which is one of its main product claims. But it's expensive and it doesn't demonstrate good protective qualities, and it wasn't especially slick for me. But I'm pleased. So if you're interested in like the showroom kind of finish on a car, there might still be a place for this product in the market. A similar sort of thing with 28 marks, the Chemical Guys Hybrid Optical Select High Gloss Spray Sealant. Optically, I find this product really good, but I'm just not sure it offers those long-lasting spray sealant ultimate protection claims that it lives up to. And again, it's very expensive. So we've gone through all of the numbers. It's a little bit slicker than the Zaino, 28 points. Next up, 33 points, a good, interesting chemical that has anti-static properties and water spot removal properties and a very high-end bottle, and a reasonably durable hydrophobic chemical, but it's hard to justify the price point of this product within the field. When it's £240 translated per litre, it also, I think, needs to really excel in all of those measurable performance criteria. Whatever benefits it's offering, they might be quite subtle and hard to gauge. Next up, Silke from Stjarnagloss. This, to me, with 35 points, represents a good, slick, traditional detailer spray. Kind of no-nonsense, well-branded. Perhaps lacks some of the protection qualities that modern ceramic detail sprays have got, so they can pick up extra marks, and that's been a constant theme, but a good product. Now we're getting into kind of reasonably high scorers, as we've seen for all of these points. Phoenix Titan, a previous test winner. This adds a little bit more hydrophobicity and beading and slickness, I believe, than your average detailer spray without being compromised. It's got a good label, it's a nice chemical, and it's done reasonably solid in all of the tests, but it's been outgunned by other products that also aren't compromised. So that's why it hasn't won. Might be enough points to consider it as a wild card, but I'm not sure. Next up in third place on the podium is the Autosmart Rapid Glaze. I mean, the value proposition of this, yes, it's skewed because it's only available, so you could argue it's not fair, but yes, we've made that point, and by making the point, you kind of address it. But the value proposition of this is phenomenal. It also does have performance, again, like the Phoenix Titan, much better than average performance testing with the exception of the slickness test, but I'm not too worried about that because I've used it loads of times. It is slick, it's a really professional label, and it's good for those 42 points. But now I think we're going up into the joint winners, both with 45 points, and a consistent theme that we're seeing across all of our testing, that the powerhouse products tend to win as long as they're not ridiculously overpriced and don't slip up. And I think the Sonax XTREME, you can see that hydrophobic performance, you can see that kind of durability in there. It offers reasonably good value for money. It hasn't slipped up, and it's like the most potent, juicy one in this particular test. Could benefit from being a bit more snazzy. This, on the other hand, if that's like the 10 out of 10 in all that performance, beading and durability and everything like that, this one is like the sort of 8 out of 10. It's not far behind it, but it's more closer to a detailer should be, perhaps. Whereas these, it's almost like that level of protection is like putting down a fresh sealant almost. Yeah, this product as well, its claim to fame is that lovely slickness, a really nice, well presented balanced product, but also lovely to use and durable and hydrophobic, and just, yeah, really good user experience as well. So it's coming at 45. These two will be going through to our grand final now, which will be starting testing soon. We have to pick one wild card from the 4 heats, which I will do in a separate video. So there we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you feel about this. My quick feeling is that I think the 2 best all-rounders have gone through. These 2 are very good. That's more traditional. That's quite boutique and very, very pricey. And these are both optical products that have some limitations, but some merits as well. There we go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Over and out. Doug.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I when